What's up, guys? Ace of Clubs Kid, and welcome to the Magician's Blog number 2. So what's in the lineup for this week is I'm going to first start off with a performance of The Shark by Chris Ballinger. Then I'm going to be reviewing the Paul Harris Art of Astonishment books, books 1 and 2. And then I'm going to be doing a quick tip, and then tell you about this little project I'm going to be starting. So that's what's up in the lineup for this week, and let's go right into the performance of The Shark. Alright guys, so here is a performance of The Shark. So what we're going to start out by doing is take my two favorite cards out of the deck. They're also considered my lucky cards. Those are the two black queens. They're the Queen of Spades and Queen of Clubs. They're just two normal cards, but set them over to the side here for now. Hopefully we don't need to use them, but we might, just depending on how things go. So I'm going to start off by selecting one of these cards. These are all actually people. These cards are all a different person. For example, these two black queens are Obama's wife, the First Lady, and Oprah. So they're pretty cool. Oprah's pretty inspirational. Let's see. Here we have Steve-O from Jackass. Let's see. We also have the Ace of Spades, who's Obama, of course. He's the president. We have some other important... I'm in here somewhere. I'm the Ace of Clubs. Of course, because I'm Ace of Clubs kid. So, I'm in there somewhere. I won't find myself, though. Out of modesty. So, let's pick one of these people. Let's use that one. Four of Hearts. I'm not quite sure who that is. Maybe it's you. Think about that. So we'll just lose that person to the deck, and maybe do a bit of a shuffle. Okay, another one. Cuts. There we go. Pretty good. Check it out. Now, I was thinking, because I had these two lucky cards here, that maybe I just, kind of wing it, not really do anything, see if your card maybe came up to the top, just by chance. You know what? It was red. See, I told you they were lucky. And you're not going to fall for that, are you? I think we need some more luck. I think in order to get that more luck, we need to actually put them right in between these two queens. So you can still see the 8 of diamonds is there, so don't worry. Maybe if we... There we go. The 4 of Hearts. You can see that is your selected card, and that is The Shark by Chris Ballinger. Stay tuned for a review of the Art of Astonishment. What's up, guys? Ace of Clubs Kid, and now we're going to be doing a review on the Art of Astonishments. This is requested by XXRobbie7x22. I believe I said that right. Yeah, I'm going to have his channel in the description. Anyways, Robbie, this is for you. So, he wanted to know, compared to the DVDs, how are these? So, in the books, there's just a lot of effects. There's so many good ones. They have... Some of them are actual tricks. Some of them are just kind of ideas. I'll show you here. I don't, actually show you how to do the tricks, but just kind of glance through. Some of them are just kind of ideas, like, for example, I believe it's actually in book 2, but it explains how to basically put a full deck of cards inside of a Snapple bottle, which is really cool. Means you don't have to pay like $100 for one on Theory 11, which is nice. And there's lots of stuff like that. There's some good humor in here too. At least I think it's kind of funny, just little things he says. Kind of hard to name an actual point, but just so much good stuff in here. Sometimes I just can read this before I'm going to bed if I don't have a book to read, or just kind of if I'm bored, So this is the first book, and I can't really tell you which one you should get first if you're going to buy one, but I recommend the first one, in my opinion, because first of all, there is Reset, which is awesome, an awesome trick. It involves 4 aces and 4 jacks, and basically you count them off, 4 aces here, 4 jacks there, and then one at a time they hop into this hand, and it's just really, really nice. Let's get some light here. Alright, and so this is actually a collection of his different books that he's written in the past. So if you want to just learn Reset, then you can just buy Super Magic. I think it's only like $15 or so. I'm not sure though. So in this book, there is his new stuff, which you really can't find in any particular book, actually. Then there's First Piece, which is, oh, that one's the Paul Harris Vanishing Deck, which is really nice. You take the cards out of the box, do a little like magic pass, and then it's just one card. The rest of the cards are inside the box, and that's really cool. You can keep on doing that. You can use it for other stuff. Let's see. Then there's also the Magic of Paul Harris book. Paul Harris reveals some of his most intimate secrets. Super Magic, like I mentioned. Las Vegas Close-Up, which is, I believe that's where Las Vegas Leaper, yeah, that's right, which is where you have 10 cards, you give them to the spectator to count, they count them, and then one at a time, an extra card goes. So you take 3 extra ones, they vanish from your hands, and they go to theirs. So there's 13 cards in their hands. That one's really neat. And then Miscellaneous Pieces of Paul, Astonishing Friends, and then Greg Wilson, which is really cool. One of the first things there is who the heck's Greg Wilson. I think this is really neat because I actually got the opportunity to meet Greg. If you watched my update video, I believe, I talked about that. I have an autographed card behind me there. You can see the 2 of Hearts. You probably can't see it too well. But yeah, anyways. And then Conversations from the Edge, which are just kind of little conversations, like an interview, basically, he's had. And a little introduction. Paul was like a little kid. This is hard to do. Paul's a little kid right there, kind of how he got into the magic. And something that's cool about these particular books, other than the fact that they're Paul Harris, is that he has little things called footnotes, at least, or like PH notes. I call them footnotes. Let's see if I can find one. But these just kind of say like, yeah, here's one. You can see it says, where we go. There it is. Alright, it says footnote right there. And he just explains like little things like in this one it says like instead of doing this, you can do that, this is where you can get it from. Really neat. I won't actually tell you what it is because that would reveal his stuff. Now, Paul Harris is just an absolutely brilliant mind. This book is only like $35, I think. I got it for my birthday, so I don't know the exact price. But, I mean, there's just so much. You won't need to buy DVDs or anything for a long time if you get this. You won't even want them. There's just so many brilliant things that I haven't even all gotten to go through. Here's another really cool one that I'm kind of working on right now. It's called, let's see, what's it called? It's called The Griffin Under Glass, where you take a card under a glass table, or actually on top of a glass table, it goes under, and then it's like under there, and there's nothing in this hand. So yeah, you can tell I could probably easily spend a lot of time talking about this one book. And this other book, I'll try to do this kind of quickly. This other book, there's also alright. There's new stuff, and this one has a lot of more new stuff. There's maybe 10 effects or so. The other one only had like 4. And then there's Connections, Close-Up Entertainer, Close-Up Fantasies, Miscellaneous Pieces of Paul, Astonishing Friends, Conversations from the Edge. Once again, those are like interviews. And here's a little interview right here to kind of give you an idea of what that's like. Now in here, a really good trick that makes you want to buy this one is Fizzmaster. And that is really neat. Fizzmaster is an effect where you take 2 soda cans, you hand one to a spectator, even all the spectators that are watching, you just shake it up like crazy. So there's just like really, really fizzy. And then it's handed back to you, and they're all kind of thinking it's going to explode. You open it up, and it doesn't do anything. It just kind of opens like a normal can would. And then you take up the other soda can, and then you open it up, and it's just a huge explosion of, like soda everywhere, which is really cool. You don't need anything else except for the 2 cans of soda, which is just really, really awesome. Once I saw that was in here, I just had to get it. Another trick in here, which I mentioned, is El Warpo, and that's this little box. You may have seen this in my other video. The box basically ends up kind of blank like this, and all the stuff's on the inside, which is really cool. He teaches you how to make this and everything, how to make the gimmick. That's just a cool handout that you can do. Let's see. There's just so much in here. As you can tell, it's very difficult for me to just go through this in such a short period of time. But let's see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, there's a floating deck, which is cool. About half the deck basically floats up, and it can even cut to 1 card, which is nice. That's pretty cool. It's not too hard to do. It's a bit angly. You have to kind of work with it. Traveling Triumph, Overkill, Swag Slips, Sulfin Surprise. I've spent more time in the other book, but I mean, honestly, if you're even considering getting this, if you have the money, I would buy them. I'm gonna buy the 3rd one soon, but I mean, overall, I would give this 9.5 out of 10. There's just so much in here. It blows almost any DVD right out of the water for the price. Highly recommend buying these. Hope I don't take too much time just with this, but yeah, let's get into our quick tip. Alright, so today's quick tip is to talk to magicians. This may not seem like that important, but first off, if you ever do, it's really cool because you instantly have something in common, and you can kind of, talk to them about something you can't really talk to many other people about. It's really nice also because you can ask, does this look good? I'm not sure, I've been kind of practicing, and they can, you won't really be revealing it to anyone by accident, you won't embarrass yourself. So that's really good. If you have a magician friend, then that's awesome. I have one, pretty much, so that's nice. And also, if you don't really have one, you can go to a magic store, or you can even call one on the phone. Something I like to do sometimes is just go to a magic store and, hang out there, kind of talk to the magician there, and then I'll just buy a deck of cards, kind of as a nice thing, just so I don't, leave empty-handed, or if they recommend something to me. But, it's fine just to be able to talk to another magician, and it's really important. So, yeah, that's today's quick tip. Alright, so today I have a little something special. It's actually going to be a project that I'm going to be working on over a pretty long period of time. It's going to be called The Rock, okay? And this is going to be, I can't tell you too much about it because I'm still kind of working things out about it myself. Basically, what it's going to be is I'm going to take all the effects I've created and kind of put them on a video. And this will be a video that you guys can watch. It's going to be a private video, so you're going to have to do something. I'm still trying to figure out if you're going to have to pay a very small amount of money, or maybe get a certain amount of people to subscribe to me, or I'm not sure what exactly yet, but that's going to be something really cool. It's going to take a while for me to make it because of taking live performances and, doing the editing and everything, but it is going to be something that's going to be really cool, and I think you'll really like it a lot. So that's the Magician's Blog for this week. Tune in next week for the Magician's Blog number 3.